Hit refresh, the quest to rediscover Microsoft's soul and imagine a better future for everyone, by Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft, is a blend of autobiography, future thinking, and technology leadership. I'll walk you through the book, chapter by chapter, analyzing the ideas, explaining Nadella's personal stories and experiences, and exploring how he transformed Microsoft. Book overview. The book consists of three main parts. 1. A personal journey. 2. Microsoft's transformation. 3. Technology and the future of humanity. Hit refresh is not intended to be a personal memoir, but rather a refresh button that reawakens values and vision in the lives of individuals and organizations. Part 1. The personal journey. Chapter 1. From India to Microsoft. Nadella begins by recounting his upbringing in Hyderabad, India, and shares how his cultural background and educational environment shaped him. He spoke about his love for cricket and how the sport taught him team spirit and teamwork. He then moved to America to pursue his studies, where he studied computer science and later earned an MBA. His story with Microsoft began in 1992, when he joined as a young engineer. Here he demonstrates how his humble background made him appreciate opportunities and persevere to achieve progress. Analysis. This chapter demonstrates his humility and constant curiosity for learning, preparing the reader to understand his later leadership approach. Chapter 2. Family and Human Identity. This chapter tells the story of the birth of his son Zane, who was born with a brain disability. This event changed his perspective on life, giving him empathy and humanity that later influenced his leadership style. He focuses on the importance of compassion and listening to others in building a healthy work environment. Analysis. Nadella emphasizes that a leader should not be merely a strategist, but rather a human being first. Part 2. Microsoft's refresh. Chapter 3. Why hit refresh? When Nadella took over Microsoft in 2014, the company was suffering from inertia and bureaucracy. His primary goal was to renew the soul within the company, not just update products. He launched a philosophy: ego is the enemy, humility is the friend. He began by redefining the company's mission, empowering every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. Analysis. Nadella focused on cultural change over technical change, believing that innovation doesn't breed in an environment lacking flexibility and openness. Chapter 4. Cloud first, mobile first. He made radical changes to Microsoft's strategy, placing cloud services, Azure, at the heart of growth. He no longer focused solely on Windows as an operating system, but expanded Microsoft's horizons to become a platform company. Partnerships with competitors like Linux, Amazon, and even Apple. Analysis. Nadella reversed the traditional equation. Instead of imposing control, he favored collaboration, giving Microsoft a new lease of life. Chapter 5. From a culture of trust to a culture of learning. He saw that Microsoft's old organizational culture was based on I know, and he wanted to replace it with a culture of I want to learn. He encouraged a growth mindset, inspired by Carol Dweck. He began by encouraging employees to experiment, even if they failed. Analysis. The foundation of organizational change begins with mindset, not products. Chapter 6. Artificial Intelligence and the Future of Productivity. He presents his vision for the future of technology, especially AI, as a tool that complements humans, not replaces them. He presents some of Microsoft's projects in this field, such as Cortana and Seeing AI. Analysis. Nadella sees technology as a means to enhance human capabilities, not to eliminate them. Chapter 7. Privacy, Security, and Values. Discusses ethical challenges such as data protection and user rights. Insists that technology must be designed according to ethical values that respect human beings. Part 3. Imagining a Better Future. Chapter 8. Technology and Humanity. Discusses how technology should be used to solve human problems such as poverty, education, healthcare. He says that true innovation is not just a new product, but a tangible impact on people's lives. Chapter 9. Change Never Ends. Nadella emphasizes that refreshing oneself, one's company, or the world is not a one-time process, but an ongoing one. He says, hit refresh is a way of life. Key lessons from the book. 1. A good leader listens and feels before acting. 2. Culture matters more than any strategy. 3. Change starts from within, whether for individuals or organizations. For success doesn't mean dominance, but empowerment. 5. Technology should be used for the benefit of humanity, not the other way around. Hit Refresh is filled with examples and real-life stories that Satya Nadella uses to illustrate his ideas. Here are some powerful and important examples from the book, divided by theme. 1. The story of his son Zane's birth and its impact on him. Example. When his son Zane was born with cerebral palsy, Nadella and his wife faced a huge challenge in adjusting to this new life. Impact. This experience deepened his sense of empathy and compassion, and he said it fundamentally changed the way he viewed leadership, making him prioritize people above all else. So, how did this impact Microsoft? He became more supportive of assistive technology for people with disabilities, launching projects like Seeing AI, an app that uses artificial intelligence to help the blind, and so too, using a growth mindset within the company. Example. Before he became CEO, Microsoft's culture was based on who knew best, with each department operating as if it were the best, creating unhealthy internal competition. What he did. Nadella introduced the concept of growth mindset, telling employees, I don't want you to be smart. I want you to be continuous learners. The result? The company began to encourage error and experimentation, generating new ideas like the development of Microsoft Teams to compete with Slack. 3. Restructuring alliances, from enmity to partnership. Example. Microsoft was once hostile to Linux. Steve Ballmer, former CEO, even called it a cancer. Nadella radically changed that. He famously said, Microsoft loves Linux. The result? Microsoft began supporting Linux within Azure, attracting hundreds of thousands of new developers and users. 4. Cortana, project, an attempt, even if it didn't succeed. Example. Microsoft launched the Cortana voice assistant to compete with Siri and Alexa. Despite significant investment, Cortana failed to take over the market. Nadella's reaction. He didn't hide the failure, but said that the Cortana experiment was essential to understanding the interaction between humans and artificial intelligence. 5. LinkedIn's experience and the smart acquisition. Example. Microsoft acquired LinkedIn for $26 billion. Initially, some criticized the deal, but Nadella saw that combining professional data, LinkedIn, with productivity tools, Office and Outlook, would create greater power. 8. The result? LinkedIn became more influential, its profits increased, and it integrated seamlessly with Microsoft services. 6. Changing the company's entire mission. Before Nadella, Microsoft's mission was about putting a computer in every home. After Nadella, the mission shifted to empowering every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. This vision led the team to focus on service over domination and on empowerment over control. 7. The Seeing AI project, artificial intelligence for the blind. A powerful example of a project that reflects his philosophy of using technology to serve humanity. He describes how the app was developed thanks to a blind employee at the company who inspired the team. The app tells the blind person what they see in front of them using their phone's camera and even analyzes facial expressions.